So what can you tell me about things specific to the Freebooters universe? What really draws people in and makes it a novelty?
A lot of people are gonna ask. Classes. We have specialists, which are a type of class that can specialize in a set of skills. Pick any 8 skills.
Mm-hmm.
You pick any 8 starting out. And I think they get like 4 plus their int modifier for skill points, so they get pretty decent skill points too.
That's how you use
The soldier is I don't want to call it a fighter variant, but we used fighter as kind of an example, but it's a well-trained martial class.
So kind of like Solid Snake in a way?
Yeah, Solid Snake is more like a Black Ops specialist type. This is just a soldier.
Okay.
They have better skill, they have some survival, they have spot, listen. They're not just a martial artist who's swinging a sword.
They'd be able to, be stationed out in the wilderness for a couple days and know how to hold.
Yes,
they don't only exist within cities or like civilizations. They can be.
Yeah. So soldiers are better than your militia. They're not just the farmers picking up a gun. They're the guys who have trained. It's their profession. They know it. They live it. They do it. Do you know what I mean? So that is what the soldier is as far as Freebooters goes. And then there's Occultist, which is another unique class to the Freebooters Guide, which is a student of all kinds of magic. Everything from runic magic to performing rituals to psionic magic to divine to arcane to weird. They get a little bit of everything. Another thing would be and I guess this is a better representation, the fact that you can make stuff. Like the All-Mother, a lot of my abilities are just custom made.
Right.
You want to make something, as far as creatures go, it has to be close to or following the rules of Savage Species, book from 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that we say is it's an expansion. It's meant to be used in correlation with all of the other books from Dungeons & Dragons 3.5.
So you'd find references to the older text in certain sections of the guide. Would you say that?
I think so. But let me be clear, the guide's still being edited, so that may have been true at one point, and we have since done a revision and something has gotten lost.
Right.
So we've still got some more editing to do, but the more raw document is there, I should say. And a lot of 3.5, the basics at minimum, we either have a stored copy in digital, like a digital copy in the Discord, or we know where you can find a PDF of it. Link the Discord here somewhere, we will, and in the Discord you can it's real easy. We go to, I need to look for my phone. I don't have it in front of me, but we have a area for specifically just stuff that you need to be able to interact with the Discord, to play, and to just kind of be able to pick up and move right into the Freebooters Guide and kind of start interacting with it, understanding how it works. A big part of the reason we use Discord is because it's really hard to fit that many people in one house. But yeah, realistically, the reason we switched over to Discord was because as a group, we had conflicting work schedules, which made it you'd go 2 or 3 weeks without a game.
Right.
Because, people didn't have gas, they had to work that day, or this, that,
different
or the other.
distances between houses, a lot of things get in the
With
way.
the Discord, 4 o'clock, you can hop on your phone and play. Do you know what I mean? So there's a certain just level of accessibility that's a little bit easier than trying to just play at home. We still have people who come over to the house, so it doesn't even, there may be more people actually playing that night than is represented in the voice chat, just because some people do still go over to their friend's house to play and hang out.
like we mentioned before, you can also use your physical dice. There are commands we have in the Discord server that let you roll dice at a much higher quantity. Very efficient.
And I think
but that doesn't rule out the analog ways.
I think we tested it out, and you couldn't get above 1,000, whatever the dice was. We have found the upper limit of what the Discord was capable, and you can roll hundreds of dice at the same time. Like, there's some power in there.
Oh yeah, it's very useful.
I guess you had asked me some more stuff about what was unique to Freebooters. Firearms is going to be the big answer. Firearms, and in fact, how we approach bow and arrows as a mechanic in the tabletop format. In Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, a bow and arrow does, like a longbow will do a d8 points of damage. That's not how it works on. So the creator was what we didn't like about bows. And so one of the things is the arrowheads. You can swap what type of arrowhead you're using and it'll change the damage.
Right.
So with any projectile, specifically firearms and bow and arrows, it's not one dice. So I think even the bows are 2d8 now instead of 1d8. And that's just to represent that impact force.
Right.
One of the reasons we do that is because we also have it set so full plate armor comes with an 8 armor bonus, right? In traditional Dungeons and Dragons. That does not normally give you DR. When we play, like with our power armor, it gives you a damage reduction against just normal attacks. We do that based on if it's a heavy armor, medium armor, or light armor, and then how much armor bonus there is, and it gives you a set of DR. So we upped some of the damage since we're also upping how hard it is to hurt something at the same time.
Oh, I see.
You get harder, and you're harder to hit at the same time. There's more damage going around, but there's also more armor to get behind.
Right. So it kind of scales the combat up altogether.
Yeah, when people are firing rocket launchers at each other, the armor's gonna get better too.
It has to, or else everyone dies. That makes sense.
Now, let me be clear. I still wouldn't be rushing a dude with an RPG in a suit of full plate and expect it to go well. Because it's not going to go well. But the armor is represented to show that, you can take a hit.
Yeah.
A guy with a shotgun isn't going to necessarily take you out.
Right, that makes sense.
Which is one of those arguments I heard a lot about earlier when we started with the firearms. They were going to unbalance the game. Wizard with Fireball unbalances the game. And if the argument is that the wizard can't do something like that, give the wizard a shotgun. Like, it's a common saying that a shotgun is a wizard's weapon.
In that general direction.
Yeah, so to help with our shotgun mechanics, you don't have to make an attack roll. It works a lot more like a dragon's breath weapon. You're replacing your hit dice with your class level and your con score for, I think it was your dexterity modifier.
Yes, it was
Is how you figured out the reflex save.
Mm-hmm.
And then it acted like a dragon's breath weapon. You'd get a cone out to 30 or 40 feet, and then if you switched over to, say, buckshot, that's when you would get the normal attack roll as if you were firing a bow.
Right.
So your dexterity plus your base attack bonus plus any feats or enchantments on the bows.